All right, thank you everyone for joining. My name is Erica Wood. I am the Mystic River Watershed Association's Communications and Outreach Manager, and I'm also the race director for the Herring Run and Paddle. And I'm very excited to have you all here today so that we can talk about the virtual Herring Run and Paddle. It should be a pretty quick presentation, and then there will be time for Q&A at the end. And without further ado, I will hop into the presentation. All right. So as everyone knows, this year we are going virtual. Our Herring Run and Paddle is typically in May, and we rescheduled for September, but with the COVID guidelines, we are now making everything completely virtual, still in September. So just a quick overview. I'm going to go over why you should run, why you should paddle this year. What is the Herring Run and Paddle and how does it help? We'll also talk about how the race works, how to sign up, and how to submit your results. So why run? If you are new to the Mystic River Watershed Association, we are a local place-based environmental nonprofit, and we advocate for the Mystic River. Our mission is to protect and restore the river, but also the parks and paths and watershed lands around the river as well. So we have hosted the Herring Run and Paddle for 24 years now, and this coincides with 24 years of improvements in the watershed, and we really want to keep up that streak and continue to celebrate all of the great things that are happening in our watershed, all of these successes, and by participating in this race, you are helping us to reach that goal. Just a couple of snippets of our work and why you should run. We celebrate the river herring. Every spring, nearly 1 million fish migrate from the ocean up to the Mystic Lakes and then up to Horn Pond in Woburn. And they're able to do that even though there are dams because of what we call fish ladders. And these are essentially tunnels in the dams that allow the river herring to swim both from lower Mystic Lake to upper, and then from the Alberjona River in Winchester all the way up to Horn Pond. And because of these fish ladders, which are relatively new, the river herring have access to greater spawning habitat, and we've seen a dramatic increase in the population size just in the past 10 years. We also work for water quality. We run a water quality sampling program and run all sorts of studies and programs to improve the water quality in the Mystic. And we are very proud this year, actually the EPA just announced that for the 6th year in a row, the Mystic River receives an A for water quality, A-, and the lakes receive an A. Another one of the programs we're really proud of is our GREENWAYS work. The goal is to have 25 miles of connected parks and paths in the Mystic, and we are well on our way to reaching that goal. And a couple of other things I didn't prepare slides for, but we're really proud of all of our work with climate resiliency and leading a regional climate collaborative and working to improve the lives of the people in the watershed through social resiliency, along with additional habitat restoration and invasive plant management and outreach and education to the youth in the watershed. So participating in the Herring Run and Paddle supports this work, and you are really a part of this momentum. So how will the race work? It's virtual. What does that mean? So we are asking individuals to go out and actually do a 5K or paddle. So you will need to register for the race online and decide which race do you want to run. There are 4 5K routes and there is 1 paddle route. And so you can decide to do just one, or you can decide to do all of them. And regardless of how many or which route you choose, when you are finished running, or paddling, you will enter your times in the race website, and you just need to make sure that you are both running or paddling in this time frame, September 19th through 26th, and that you enter your times by the 26th. So we traditionally offer the Iron Herring Award, and this is the best time for male and female for completing a 5K and the 12-mile paddle race. This year, the Iron Herring is the best, both male and female best times for completing all 4 5Ks and the 9-mile paddle, which is the only paddle route option this year. So if you complete each course, 4 5Ks and 1 paddle course, and you have the best time out of all the people that do that, you are the Iron Herring. We also have the Olympic Herring Award, and this will be for people who complete all 4 of the 5Ks. We'll average your times, and the best times for male and female will be our Olympic Herring winners. These pictures are our Iron Herring winners last year. Another option with the Herring Run and Paddle this year, regardless of whether or not you want to run or walk or paddle, you can also fundraise. So as I mentioned, participating in this race supports all of the work that the Mystic River Watershed Association is doing for the watershed, and fundraising really increases that impact dramatically. So we are offering a t-shirt to anyone who raises or donates $100 this year towards the Herring Run and Paddle. And the t-shirt design is not completed yet, but we will be using the artwork you see here on the slide for the virtual Herring Run and Paddle. All of those graphics will be incorporated. All right, you will also, as I mentioned, need to sign up online to be a part of this. And I will go through those steps. So you can find the Herring Run and Paddle website at the registration website at mysticriver.org. Mysticriver.org, it's on our homepage, but also /Herring Run Paddle, as you see at the bottom of the screen. And that will send you to another website that you can also see below. Once you arrive at the race website, this is what you will see. You will see the graphic design for the race, and you will see multiple links to sign up. There's one here at the top. There's this big button. There's also one, if you scroll down, there's another big button. So you just want to make your way to this home screen and click sign up. You'll be asked to complete a waiver, which is very easy. You check a box and sign it. You'll also be asked if you want to receive email and text updates about the race. We will not spam you, but we will provide reminders about the race beginning, a reminder to submit your time, and we will also encourage you to post your photos, but we certainly will not spam you, but I encourage you to sign up for the text reminders as well. But once you register, it will look like this. Even though there are multiple courses, runs, and paddles, all you have to do is register for the Herring Run and Paddle, and I will showcase how to differentiate between the races later in the presentation. So there are 4 courses, 4 5K courses, and 1 paddle course, and I will quickly review those. This is our traditional Herring Run and Paddle course. It goes through Blessing of the Bay Park in Somerville and McDonald Park in Medford. You may see there are some turns and curlicues here on the map. When you register, you will receive links to the electronic maps, which you can zoom in on and see all of the turns, get walking directions, and we will also send you PDFs of the walking directions. And if you just want to check out the courses prior to registration, you can see the electronic maps on the race website as well. Our second course is a Malden 5K, and this takes you around the Malden River and also leads you through River Green Park, which is a brand new, beautiful park in Everett. And you can see their new boat launch there. If you've never been on the Malden River, it's beautiful. I was just there for the first time, paddling for the first time in the Malden last week, and I was very impressed. We saw an osprey, an eagle, multiple great blue heron. It was a beautiful paddle. So I encourage you to do this race so you can at least walk by and see it or run. Our third 5K option is in Charlestown. And again, this may look confusing as just a JPEG image, but you do have access to the electronic map so you can really see where those turns are. And this course takes you through some of the more historic parts of Bunker Hill and monuments there. Our last 5K option is in Woburn, and this is around Horn Pond. If you haven't been to Horn Pond, it's also another lovely space in the watershed, and this is the last destination for the river herring during their migration each spring. And here is our one paddle map. Again, you'll have access to a more clearly defined map in the electronic version. But this is a 9-mile paddle that begins at Blessing of the Bay Boathouse, and you paddle up the river to all the way to the lower Mystic Lake, to the Mystic Lakes Dam, and you turn around. If you were to do the 12-mile paddle that we offer during a typical herring run and paddle year, you would actually portage your boat and get in upper Mystic Lake and continue paddling. But in this 9-mile option, there is no portage, which is really nice. You just start at Blessing of the Bay, paddle up to the dam, and paddle back down. The last thing you'll need to do is submit your times. So again, on the main race page, there's a tab at the top left that says results. You'll want to click on that, and it takes you to this page. Now here is where you differentiate which course you ran or paddled. So as I mentioned, when you register, all you're doing is registering for this umbrella herring run and paddle event. But then you'll see all of the course options and choose which one or ones you would like to compete in. You do the race, your course, in your own time from September 19th through 26th. And then before the end of the day on the 26th, you go to this website and submit your time for your chosen race on this drop-down menu. So you select which one you would like to do, and then you simply enter in your time and click Submit Virtual Results. After you do that, you'll be able to see where you stand compared to other people who competed in that specific race. And after the event closes, after the 26th, Myra staff, myself included, will be reviewing all of the times and averaging for the Olympic herring and the Iron Herring Awards. So to conclude the event, we will post all of the winners. We will advertise, showcase all the times. We will share photos. And we'll celebrate the Mystic River watershed and all of the improvements that have happened over the past 24 years. Now I'm going to open this up for questions. We are in a webinar format right now. So if you see at the bottom of your screen, there's a Q&A box. There's also a chat box in Zoom. Because we're in webinar format, you don't have access to a video or mic, but you can use Q&A or chat if you have any questions. This can be about how to register, how to submit times, which courses to complete. Happy to answer any. give you 1 minute to kind of think things through. So I have one question, which is how soon will the turn-by-turn directions be available? If you go to the RACE website, the electronic links to each of the courses is actually already up. So you do have access to that now. And when you register, you'll get a PDF as well that has the typed out turn-by-turn directions. But if you go to the RACE website today even, you'll be able to see the electronic maps, and I can actually go there and show you that now. All right, so this is the RACE website. And if you scroll down, here's the button I mentioned to sign up and some written out descriptions on how the awards will work. But right under the description, you'll see each of these large links, and you click on it and it will actually take you to a Map My Run map. So my recommendation is to get either the website or the app Map My Run on your phone, and it will be able, you can click start this run and you'll get the directions. And then as well, when you register, we'll send written out turn-by-turn instructions. One other question, do all boat types get grouped together? And that is correct. This year, all boat classes will be in one category. And that includes tandem, canoes, kayaks, stand-up paddle boards. Just virtually, unfortunately, it's very complicated with the timing and the classes. So for this year, they are grouped together. All right. I'll give you 1 more minute for questions. You're always welcome to email me. My email is erica.wood@mysticriver.org, and I'm happy to answer questions. Oh, I did get one more. Can you tell us about the background photo behind you? So I am going to scoot out of the way. So I alluded to the Malden River and how beautiful it is. This is actually the Malden. It's gorgeous. This is taken from the River's Edge property, I believe, which is in Malden. And in the early morning, watching the crew teams. But it's a really beautiful spot. And so the Malden course does take you actually to this exact site. All right, well, if there are no more questions, we can go ahead and wrap up. I will post these slides and this webinar on Mystic River Watershed Association's Facebook page, so you can always return to it. And if you want to practice any of the courses in advance before September 19th, just remember you can access those electronic maps on the RACE website. And again, feel free to email me at erica.wood@mysticriver.org if you have any other questions. Thank you all so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you at the virtual race, seeing your results and photos online. Take care.